Welcome, soldier. I salute you. And I'm going to be telling you about the Soldier's Challenge. You've been invited to join an elite secret circle. And as a function of this video only getting a few, maybe 10, 20 views, you, my friend, have been invited to be a soldier. Now, I like to think of myself as a soldier. Innate strength, innate capability, and the ability to persevere. And I want to introduce a challenge. I'm going to tell you what I did last night was something that most people would never ever do in their entire lives. And I put myself through hell, through a grueling, pitiful, mournful period, through hell, to be the soldier that I am as I stand before you today. Last night, it was incredibly late. It was already 9 at night. And I realized that I had not done everything I needed to do. And I told myself, I'm going to create a schedule, a tabloid, with everything. Videos that I need to make, products I need to load, everything I need to do, friends I need to meet, and all. And I had only made 6 videos then. 9 at night, remember. I made the 7th video, which was something about how to be a boss or something nonsense. And then I did my training. I trained my arms, whatever, I did my back. And I made lots of videos on that day. But I kept on going. Once I finished my training, it was already 10:30. But then I decided to do something extra. And it's this extra thing I decided to do, which is the focus of today. That most people would never ever do. I decided I'm going to train like a predator, like a soldier. I'm not just going to go for a jog and waste my time in the sun. No. I'm going to run 5 times, 5 sprints up the steepest hill I can find. So I went out and I found a hill. And I ran up once. Zoomed. Pah. Walked down. Exhausted. Muscle groups killing me. Aching. Pains. Again. 2. Came down. Again. 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 Got to the 4th one. I said, I've had enough. So I ran around the block to get my spirit back, to get my energy back. And then I went through that last 5th and final sprint. Now I've said before how I did that and what motivated me. That's not what I'm talking about here. This 5th and final sprint symbolizes that I didn't want to do it. I was exhausted. I was downtrodden. My abs were killing me. And this rear deltoid over here was giving me pain like I've never experienced in my life. And you know, the problem is when I train my back and I train my shoulders, I often end up getting a headache. So I started feeling a headache come on. Terrible. And everything was going to fail. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was supposed to run and I said I was going to do 5 sprints. And I remember thinking of all the people who've annoyed me. All the people who disrespected me, wasted my time, gave me nonsense opportunities. And all the people who are my fans. All the people who listened to me when I was younger. All the people who gave me time of day. All the people who were respectful. All the people who helped me. Everyone. And those two, the confluence of evil and the confluence of virtue, came together in a melting pot that gave me this inner cauldron like a flux capacitor. You know, have you ever seen Back to the Future? And you can see there's Marty McFly and Doc. And Doc creates this thing called the flux capacitor. What happens is he's sitting on the toilet. And he says, I was sitting on the toilet. And this beautiful idea came upon me, the flux capacitor. And the flux capacitor takes nuclear power. So if you take the evil, the people who try and pull me down and bring me to their rubbish level, and the people who are amazing and strong and smart and do the amazing things in life and keep on pushing, and you bring it together, you get a massive amount of anger. Nuclear. And I ran that 5th sprint. Pa, 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 pa. And I got to the end and I finished and I walked home like an absolute champion. So that's my introduction to the Soldier Challenge. Now, what is a soldier? A soldier is a person who is able to run through the mountains, navigate on a simple timepiece. They have the skills to use the sun to find out the time of day, north, south, east, west. They orientate themselves and they never give up. You know, in the army in the Middle East, what you have to do is you have to complete a 100-kilometer march. And only once you've completed such a difficult challenge do you get your red beret and you can say you're a member of the army. But you can do the same 100-kilometer march outside of the context of the army and you won't become classified as a soldier. Interesting thing. So the point of the Soldier Challenge isn't for you to become a soldier. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying go join the army and give up your life. No. I'm saying we can take aspects from what soldiers do, aspects from their training, how they persevere, how they are capable, and we can bring it all together and we can push it into your life. Last night, I did my first soldier challenge. It was something that was incredibly difficult. And even though I went to bed at 1 in the morning to wake up at 7 and do it all over again, I felt happy and I knew that I could sleep well. And so today I'm feeling tired, but I'm not feeling tired from a night wasted from watching Netflix or looking at YouTube videos. I'm feeling tired because last night I trained, I ate, I did my products, I did my job interviews, I did everything I needed to do like a soldier. You see, the thing that classifies a soldier is not whether or not they have a red beret. What classifies a soldier is their mindset. Can you put them in the middle of a deep dark forest and can they run around and forage and find berries and find food and survive? That's a soldier. A soldier is someone who can sit down in a room just by themselves and get it done. You tell them we need you to load 500 products and they will get it done. You tell them we need you to do 7 videos a day and they will get it done. And that's why I'm a soldier. I might not be part of the military, I might not be a commander, I might not be an officer, but sure as hell I've got that mindset, that killer beast mode instinct, predator instinct, that I say I'm going to do it and I don't leave my table. And this only happened 2-3 weeks ago. My family come from Eastern Europe, in fact Russia on my father's side, and Lithuania on my mother's side. And I love to say that my mom's food is like babushka, you know, from the Haim, from Russia, Eastern Europe. So it was, we were having, like a Friday night meal, and Mom piled my plate. Back then I was much skinnier. Now I weigh nearly 70, back then I probably weighed about 67. So I put on quite a bit of weight, maybe 68. So my mom brings me babushka, I like to call it. Massive mound of chicken, massive mound of rice, pumpkin, and it was a massive plate of food. And it was very, very, very tricky for me to eat so much food. But I gave an oath to myself, like a soldier, and I said, I'm not leaving the table till I have finished eating my plate of food. And I was there for quite literally an hour. Water, more pumpkin, more pumpkin. Oh, come on, more chicken, more rice, more vegetables. And I kept on going to the point where I finished. And I'd finished my water, I downed it like that, slammed the water down. Finished babushka, Mom. I said, Mom, I finished your plate of food. I feel like I can't walk. And I was going, but I knew that I'd done something wrong. Because in the past, I never used to eat my mom's full plate of food. I would have half and leave it. But what I was doing actually was signaling disrespect. She made me such amazing food and I would just disrespect her by having half. So I proved to her and I showed her that I respect you, I respect your time, and I respect your food for over all these years. And I finished my mama's babushka. So, now you understand where I come from. And who I'm telling you, who I am and the point of view that I'm telling you. Today, to kick off your soldier's year, to kick off your soldier challenge, I want you to pick one thing. Be like Einstein. Einstein started by thinking of a man cleaning windows, and he imagined a simple scenario where that man fell off the building. That's how he came up with his general theory of relativity. Think of one thing or find one problem. Maybe it's that you want to solve a Rubik's Cube. Maybe it's that you don't know how to tell the time on an analog watch and you want to learn that. Or maybe you want to learn a complicated piano piece. But pick one challenge and stick to it day by day by day by day by day, irregardless of how tired you feel, or whether you think it's going to make you money or not, or whether people are going to think you weird or not. Pick a goal. If your goal is to read a book, or start small. Maybe your goal is to just finish a plate of food, or eat for protein. Pick whatever the goal is, you've got to pick one today. And you can let me know, what is your goal? If you have any advice, not advice, but you need any advice, I'll let you know. Maybe you want to just eat a can of beans a day. Well, why don't you change it to having some pumpkin and mixing it with some meat so that you get more variety? I can help you with that. I'm more than happy to respond if you do it in the comment section or whatever. I will give you advice and let you know where your goals are maybe falling short and how to improve them. And just give you general advice if you need to know what you should do to kick off your soldier's year. I'd love to hear it. Please let me know. So that's the soldier's challenge. And I'm doing the soldier's challenge. I mean, yesterday I did my 5 sprints, today I'm doing my 7 videos, products, whatever it is. But the point is that in order to get further, you have to push. Remember, humans used to fight woolly mammoth tigers. Okay? So humans are some of the most adaptable species on the planet. Let me give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I could barely make 1 video a day. Now, I make 7, and my goal is to make 10 a day. But it's because I've pushed and pushed and pushed and kept on going to the point where I've increased and expanded and blown out my own capabilities and capacity. So you've got to start today. What do I always say? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Good luck for your soldier's challenge. Be a soldier. And I salute you.